Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to part two. We're going to keep going. Part one, I tried to explain things in a quick but helpful manner. And part two, let's see if we can go a little bit faster. Here we go. Which integer represents a scenario? Integer means number. Scenario is like a word problem or a situation that you have to be able to read and understand. An 8-point gain. What does the word gain means? It means you get something. So -8 or 8. You know 8. This seems easy, but it's the building block you need to understand future word problems that talk about positive or perhaps negative integers. Let's move on. Here's a number line dealing with negative numbers. What do you suppose comes over here? Well, know that 0 goes backwards to negative land and in numerical order. So -1, blank, -3, -2 would obviously go in there. What fraction does the number line show? Now before I told you that when you have 0 and 1, take a look out for the tenths. A lot of times they'll put tenths in there. But this is way different looking than the tenths. And to figure out what we are dealing with, you're going to have to do some counting. Don't worry, it's not hard. Start at 1, put your pencil or your finger, start at 0, put your pencil or your finger on 0, and simply count. 1, 2, 3. And stop when you get to the next whole number. The amount that you counted, 1, 2, 3, is the denominator. And wherever the dot or the letter or whatever is, that's your numerator. So 1. So what fraction does a number line show? Well, that little dot's right there, and it's showing 1/3. You'll get other situations like this. They won't always be 1/3, but as long as you know how and when to count and what your counting means, from one whole number to the next gives you the 3, and from the 0 to the dot gave you the 1 in your fraction, then you're good to go in all kinds of problems. Here's something that my big kids really need to know how to do. It's simple once you remember how. What is 75% of 44? It's a multiplication problem. What tells you that? This percentage sign tells you that. You see that percentage sign and you know some multiplications coming down. It actually tells you two things. It says, percentage says, you're about to do some multiplication. It also says, there's going to be a decimal somewhere. Here we go, let's deal with that. 44, we got that from that 44 right there, times, thank you, 75, we got that from that 75 right there, and then we got to put in the decimal point, thank you very much. So everything that we're doing mathematically came from somewhere in the problem. The 75 and the 44 are obvious. The percent tells you that there's going to be multiplication and a decimal point also involved in this problem. Let's do the math. 5 times 4, 20. Good job. Carry the 2. 5 times 4 is 20, plus the 2 is 22. Drop a turtle egg. 7 times 4, 28. Good job. Carry the 2. Oh, there's one already there. Cool. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 2 is 30. That was really ugly, sorry. 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 8 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus nothing is 3. We're not done yet. There's a decimal in this problem. There are 2 numbers past the decimal, so that means 2 jumps. 1, 2. Final answer of 33. 33.00, but whatever, same thing. It never hurts to double check your work, and if you've got a computer handy or if you just happen to have an old-fashioned calculator, I would recommend doing that. What's really cool about Smartboard Smartboard software is there are a lot of things you can find simply by searching for it. Interactive multimedia. Oh look, a calculator. Watch as I drag a calculator onto our screen. And let me use it real quick. Hopefully it works the way it's supposed to. That would be embarrassing if it did not. Alright. I'm going to put it right... How about right there? Yeah. So we had 44 times point... Why didn't it do times? Oh boy. Oh boy. This thing doesn't work so great. 44 times 0.75. Alright, for some reason it didn't do the decimal point the way it was supposed to. Like it just didn't put it in. But you can see that 3300 is the answer that we got down here. And we know that we had to jump twice in our final answer. And we have to jump twice on this thing too to get 33. Hey, we learned something. That calculator's garbage. Use your own calculator at home. Alright, last problem. How do you write 50% as a decimal? All percentages, all of them, can turn to a decimal with one simple trick. The hop twice trick. Start where the percentage is and go 1, 2. What's 50% as a decimal? 0.50. Or if you prefer, since we can drop that 0 in decimal land, 0.5 works for every percent, no matter what they give you if they're asking for a decimal. Oh, what's 125% as a decimal? Wow, I'm really writing ugly, I'm sorry. 125%. Hop twice. 1, 2, 1.25. Oh yeah, but what's 8% as a decimal? Haha, there's nowhere to hop twice. Look, you hop once and you're already at the end. No. Don't let them trick you, kids. Hop one more time anyway, even though you see nothing else, and fill that nothing else with a 0. So 8% is 0.08. Let's look at our discussion point. What decimal is equal to 3/5? I actually taught you how to figure this out in video 1, part 1. Let's see if you remember. If not, you have something to talk about in class. Here's your pop guide. 1 problem, 2 problems, 3 problems, 4 problems, 5 problems to do on your own. And once you finish, you know you can move on to some side projects. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.